Up in towards that A site, leading that charge. Carpe with the Tiger, and Saya's already in.
He's done well to find the first, but he's stuck inside those mollies and can't make his way out. A nano swarm kill onto Saya, and a blindsided swing. KAPTAN only gets one for his trouble, but the numbers, they stay in their favor as FUT controlled the site. The spike on the floor as well, and Munchkin has no idea on that final player. He spotted him now, but not able to adjust in time.
Versus the duelists on the other side. Kang and Artist having a field day versus T1. Kiwi, well, he's going to kick things off once again. Sayaplayer, though, he's there. And Ban's found one with a pistol. Every single round becoming competitive so far. Is this one going to settle on their side? And they almost managed to get rid of MrFaliN.
Yeah, that was the recovered rifle, and look at Saya. They got this orb to start the round out. Got the Blade Storm online, and that has been rewarded tenfold. Just MrFaliN, 56 HP. And although he finds the first, he is left on
He lost 55.
That's a tough situation. Headshot needed onto Ban at least. They've got the angles here, a bit more damage, but that's all that will be found.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, lockdown being utilized, but he doesn't want to give up that pit. KO ult's gone through on the other side as well, so it will be the detain for xeta. But he's able to hold on for the moment. Even still, though, initial frag goes the way of Kiwi's doing one, but Carpe just gets two through the pit. A little bit more for him as well. One more standing, a potential ace. But he's just playing passive this time, not looking to get over-aggressive. You know he wants that final kill. We'll hear the tap onto the spike, but it's not quite there. And mojj is going to try and close it. This is where, once more, we've seen MrFaliN put the majority of utility to try and hold on to some of that control. And it seems like on the other side of things, the only goal really of xeta is to play into that late lurk. The thing is, though, they're so confident in Kiwi's position. Almost caught floating through the air. And that's a big kill. Now things get a little bit panicky as the rest go pushing in towards that site. But mojj, as you said, has caught the spike.
Yeah, they went elsewhere. You know, that was just a flank on B. The lurk late into the round. Ban's up close, and they haven't spotted him. Good repositioning. Spike retrieved, and as we said, you had that flanker, that lurker late.
Likely means there's either one out towards long or back in on that lurk.
That's a great kill. They're starting to narrow down the angles, but they didn't know that Munchkin was still there. The ammo, the real issue here for xeta. And the lockdown's traded out as well. That might force some of these players to take a step forward in some circumstances.
As well.
But they've decided to fall on back, concede that control.
I call this around the Observer's Nightmare.
Yeah.
It's just every single hole just being spammed into position.
Viper's pit went down, but so did MrFaliN. They've got to get on this spike pretty soon to force players out into the open, and there they are. They've spotted the whole squad, but there's too many bodies to take down. T1 holding strong. They've still got that utility to play behind, but mojj has got the angle up top. The smoke's holding off for just a few seconds longer. It could be long enough. Kiwi's close, and he'll get it across the line. Menace with that operator early round, but hasn't needed to do a whole lot. It's players like mojj, like KAPTAN, pulling it out later on. qRaxs, who's been an animal for spraying people down through smokes, well, he's finally gotten a little bit of karma coming his way. Flash ready. Carpe wants to punish. They know there's a player there, and they'll catch him through the wall. Great prediction from Carpe. And Kiwi not able to hit the shot with the op. Too many targets. All out in the open. He's got cover this time. A player up close, ready to help. And, well, his help will certainly be needed. MrFaliN. Is he going to swing out to realize these players have given up the control? Yes, they've moved towards the stairs where the spike is dropped. mojj has the cross, spotted both on the way around, and now they can just hold this together, or maybe not. They separated. Munchkin isolates. 40 HP and 4 bullets. The spike
trying to find out where mojj is coming from, but instead he's just wrapped back into exactly the same spot, and he will land the shot. The fact is, though, T1 have a great read here.
Yeah, Sayaplayer's flank should be perfect, but it's going to take a while to come through. The players on site will have some trouble holding it down. One wall goes through. This is going to section them all around the backside. Low HP, though, on Munchkin. He doesn't really want to fight, but it'll be forced on him anyways. Good opening for Kiwi. Just look at Sayaplayer. He snuck past the turret. He put his cloudburst up, and now they have no idea that he is sneaking his way through. That's That's an awkward fight. It's bought time, given an opportunity. Perhaps Kiwi can win that fight now if he wasn't crunched on, if there wasn't support here to play with. We're back down to a 2v3. Low HP on a lot of FUT players. The spike has to be defused, and time is on their side. They can swing out one at a time. Is under threat. FUT already having dashed in, taken space. There's some weaknesses here. 2 pistols in play.
Do they vibe this bit?
The rifle's taking the fight, and Munchkin, who's winning them. A quick double, and this could be the best chance for T1 so far. The only downside is that Viper's Pit.
Yeah, they've actually used it. Even in this scenario where they're down a couple of men, well, make that just one. mojj just managed to find another. The snakebite will buy some extra time, but he is not sitting still. He's gone moving all the way around. A decent position held, though, by Carpe. Just waiting on the other side, trying to find an entry back in, but mojj has found him as well. Having a lights-out game so far. Finally, Munchkin will respond, and now it's left all onto MrFaliN. Only a pistol in hand, but some low HP players, not this time, though.
Squad to get back in here, go for spams, especially with such an open plant spot. It's worked out, but you're going to be caught by the flash on the way through. Players spotted moving towards the elbow. That's where T1 wanted to fight for a moment, but xeta and Carpe both down. Ban falls too. Bladestorm blinded in the open, and that is only going to leave Munchkin. Had some great rounds already, but not this time. Now Walkabout going to take a while to come through. Player like Munchkin may be able to find value if someone from FUT overextends.
Oh,
what was that? A collateral? Oh, well, now that judge is certainly looking a little worse for wear towards this elbow. They're going in, though. They've given him the control, and the fight is his. The lockdown online. And he can defend this. Pushing back in's not a good idea. In fact, they won't get anywhere close to it. Kiwi caught in the open. And we're back down to not just the way back through for T1, but the man advantage to work with as well. It won't last too long without a captain. The trade out is good for MrFaliN, and he'll close it at that. FUT with 13-4. Their opening map in Los Angeles could not have gone much better if this is a sign of what's to come. Down the side of T1 had a lot of fast-paced takes, and kicking off this map, it's just the same. Saya denied that early fight, though. The Cloudburst not going to stay up for long. Their safe haven deteriorating. Out of Captain falls too. mojj putting up a good performance, but not good enough. It's left down to the Gecko of qRaxs. And Tom, we've seen Gecko quite a bit. It hasn't been something to write home about for the side of FUT so far.
I don't even know if he'll use any of it. Just needs to land the shots. And that's where qRaxs seems to do his best work. A bit less to play, but this is where the execution's going to come through again. Saya leading the charge, and he will find that opener. mojj unable to do too much, but his teammates at least trying to trade things back. This time, though, a little bit of damage to Carpe, but other than that, they've kept things relatively clean in terms of what agents are actually being run. For now, Kiwi, anything he can find will be nice, but
you know, ultimately, when you start around like this, a minute in, your only opportunity is to go towards C. But with Kiwi down, that opportunity now is a little bit more promising. Good stun, good delay, but the follow-up, the thing of legends. Sure, MrFaliN will go down, and some damage is found as well. One in the form of Captain, the other being qRaxs, and that angle is certainly held down by qRaxs. Well, he's got the drone at least, but not quite the same reward. Gets back in time to be caught by the Rolling Thunder. Pretty much out of this round for a few seconds, and he'll be caught by Ban, who's doubling up on the side. MrFaliN catches them blinded up on site before he's dropped, but they can't get ahead in the fights. It's still mojj, left in a 1v2. T1 have got the plant in. Now they can hold this down together, even looking to double swing it, and the double not
needed. Looking to build up in this retake. Now you have to bear in mind, in terms of utility, there's a couple of flashes. I was going to say there's no paranoia to get them back in. They don't need it. T1 went looking. They wanted to fight. They wanted to scrap, and because of that, they now find themselves in a 5v2 scenario. Flank comes through from mojj as well. Munchkin needs to pull off one of the most ridiculous clutches you ever will have seen, and well, they're already spamming into the smoke. They know where he is. It's all too easy for FUT.
Hooked in the corner. Space will be taken. It's Sayaplayer coming up close, but further back was Munchkin. He's caught. Cloudburst, good. The dodge on the paranoia, but he'll still be taken down. Carpe with a good frag. They haven't spotted out a captain. He's doubling up, holding strong on the site. He doesn't need any help. Saw Thresh go in, but well, he already had it on lockdown. xeta the last man alive. With this, a pre-fire blade around the corner. And he's on his way through. Stun caught. He's up top, safe for a moment, allowed to recover. Will he be spotted after? No, not before he can grab a kill without a captain down. Blades refreshed. And the sight seems to be theirs. Even that judge going to be quite scary, as exactly for that reason. It's up close, it's able to spam in the smoke. And if anything goes awry, he has that Blade Storm still to fall back on. This could be a tough fight for Kiwi.
Yeah, I almost feel like at this stage, someone has to make a mistake. And while Carpe's doubled up, kept this further into their favor, Kiwi will be able to get one. And actually, MrFaliN's found another. Somehow, in this 2v5 scenario, it's beginning to look competitive with an isolated player within the smoke. Munchkin has a chance to put this one to bed, as MrFaliN is now all that remains. The other two players just waiting on long attack player in Munchkin. You'd have to hope for T1 they can get something on the entry here.
Well, Kiwi's got some control. A player spotted as well. He'll look for the fight, and that's an execution.
Beautiful paranoia.
Munchkin down immediately. The paranoia even stopped the players further back from peeking out to help. There were two ready to swing. Carpe and Ban, and both have been found by Kiwi. They didn't take the fight earlier, and they were forced into it later. This is looking rough. T1 blocked out completely. And even that late flank that they're attempting with Sayaplayer, there might not be anything left to flank. They have enough bodies to cover more or less every single angle at this point. And once they catch out xeta, it gets tough. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, we won't even talk about that for Saya, because it's an ace for Kiwi.
Side of things, they've got everything to play with.
Nice aggression, though. Saya's not only caught... Whoa,
what?
No! I don't know how he went down there. Sure, the trade is in. Just another remarkable fight from Kiwi. The advantage, though, is certainly falling into the court of T1. Two rifles to work with. One of them is in the hands of Ban, who we see on the C side. Players coming from either angle. They know that Carpe is here now, and they'll shut him down. Only Ban left to find, and qRaxs does, well, makes it look easy. They'll be left alone. Still has his wingman to work with. Maybe the plant can go down.
Maybe that both players are coming in from that direction. Yet to move is going to be Munchkin. The spray's a little bit wild. He's going to go running back into his opponent. Munchkin will just about find... Doesn't connect onto anyone this time. Kiwi's gone dashing into the site. Made space, but Carpe's done well. Instant trade again, though. It all seems to come tumbling down. Ban at the back of site is the last point of call. His teammates with a supportive flash, but maybe he doesn't need that support. However, does he know? There's a player right below him. He's seen the gun barrel. Eventually, he'll make the realization. The penny drops, and it leaves just qRaxs alone in this one.
I mean, that very much looks like that should be the only player here. They're not checking Ban at first. And they have paid the price. A double kill. The Hunter's Fury fired out a little too far away from the first.
Able to connect. That's been a couple of opportunities in this round, and Carpe, well, he's low. Wanted to try and take a risk. Now just look at the space that is there for FUT. The other player is so desperately far away. Now that alarm bot likely not going to be online from that sort of distance. Incredibly far away, but I think the position of mojj holds a lot more value. Someone they need to clear. xeta has done well though, but the trade is immediate, and now it's left all onto Munchkin.
Full belt of utility to work with, at the very least. That smoke fading. There you go.
Look at the ults.
The Rolling Thunder will be committed. They're not risking anything in this 2v1. A stun through gives away his position. mojj knows exactly where to look.
Foxy as well, so a great sign for them thus far in this game. KAPTAN, is he actually just going to stick that all the way through? He did. He held it. He went onto the site and just found an opener. No fear in this man's heart. Now they've still got a couple of positions that they need to clear. The lockdown's going to make things more awkward, and the position of Munchkin could do serious damage. They're just going to back out of there. So much time on the clock that they don't need to risk it.
Oh, okay, one player detained. There was only space for KAPTAN. Couldn't fit two players in the safe corner, the safe spot. T1 back into A, 3 players here. I thought FUT were out, like fully out, once qRaxs didn't go for the plant with the wingman. Once the spike went running back all the way down A long. And indeed, they will be changing direction, but very, very slowly. From the shadows, spots one player, but yeah, you're starting to get the idea that they're rotating. If you're on the side of T1, the plant coming through.
Lil Bro's got this one. Don't worry, not need for any help here.
Boom. That's how we do it.
They
now
even tried
they're
to
very
paranoid.
quickly on it. They're going to try and defuse this already, tapping it immediately and causing this utility to start being thrown out. How has qRaxs found that? A nail in the coffin for the squad of T1
no.
as qRaxs picks up even more. The flank is on its way, and that will do it. 13-7. An incredible debut for the side of FUT as they take their opening series 2-0, barely breaking a sweat.
Yeah, the first Turkish team to make it here to champions.